Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Buddha, homage to the Dhamma, homage to the Sangha. Salutations at the holy feet of Bhanteji. Vandana to our Guru Bhanteji. Vandana to all the Bhikkhu Sangha present here. And metta to all the Samneras, Anagarikas, and Meritures, Upasaka and Upasikas. Welcome to today's Sunday Discourse program. And so on today's Dhamma Discourse, I would like to discuss about Parabhava Sutta. What is Parabhava Sutta? Parabhava means downfall, decline, or you can say degradation of oneself. How as human beings we fall down. We are the cause of our own downfall. During this Buddha's time, 45 years the Buddha has in the Sasana. This Buddha Sasana in the 45 years, every midnight, Devas used to come to the Buddha and discuss the Dhamma, ask questions to the Buddha. So this specific sutta was taught by the Buddha in Jetavana. A Deva came and asked the Buddha, what are the causes of one's downfall? So, you have taught us we know all the 38 kinds of blessings which is there in the Mahamangala Sutta. The Deva asked to the Buddha. So, what are the causes of downfall? The Deva asks to the Buddha. Parabhavantang purisang mayang puchama gotama bhagavantang utthumagama king parabhavato mukhang. What is the downfall, cause of one's downfall? Then the Buddha replied, Suvijano bhavang hoti, suvijano parabhavo. Dhamma kamo bhavang hoti, dhamma desi parabhavo. How do we know one is falling down? First reason is, we can easily know one is declining or one is falling down is a person who hates the Dhamma. He does not love the Dhamma, but he hates the Dhamma. Such a person will fall down. Basically speaking, what the Dhamma is. In simple language, so to avoiding all akusala and only doing the good is what is Dhamma. A person in our life, we need to do good, not some evil actions. This is the first cause of one's downfall. Dhamma should be in our life every day. In every aspect of our life, Dhamma is very necessary. So, as human beings, we need to have a specific boundary. Sila, this sila is there. This Panchasila is what is there. This Panchasila is what protects us from many kinds of evil. And when we follow this Panchasila, we will be on the right path. So, this is the first cause of the downfall. Then the deity asks again, now I know the first cause of the downfall. Now do tell us, the Buddha, O Buddha, what is the second cause of the downfall? So, in the Pali, the Buddha replied, Asantasa piya honti, sante na kulute piyang, asatang dhammang rocheti, tang parabhavato mukhang. This means a person who is a wicked person, who is fond of a wicked person or an evil person, and he does not respect a person who is following the sila. He disrespects such kind of persons, he or she, and he keeps accompany with with the persons who does the evil activities, who does the evil actions. And this is the second cause of the downfall. And what is this evil, unwholesome things which humans do? There are 10 akusala, 10 unwholesome deeds which we human tend to commit. There are three actions which we do by body, there are 4 actions which we commit verbally, and 3 actions we commit mentally. The first 3 bodily actions are panadipata veramanis, which we all know in the Panchasila it is there. Panadipata means killing. We ought not to kill anybody, even from the tiniest beings to any living creature. We should not kill. This is the first unwholesome deeds which we humans do. The second is adinadana. Adinadana means stealing. Taking what you do not possess. Taking someone's property, someone's possession. You take it away by force or you steal it. Now, this adinadana, many people get confused. Here, adinadana only does not mean we are stealing. Yeah, it will also become adinadana when we make somebody else steal. So, people find loophole in many things. So, when we say adinadana, this part also should be considered. We cannot make someone to make him steal or take something else from somebody else. So both things should be considered. So the third action is kamesu michachara. Kamesu michachara means adultery, committing adultery, not having faith in your one's wife, seeking somebody else, seeking pleasure in somewhere else with somebody's wife. So this thing is to be avoided as human beings. This is the third bodily deeds which we do. Then the verbal deeds. There are 4 verbal deeds which we humans tend to commit. First is musavada, lying, deceiving somebody else, telling not the truth. So by doing this, by lying, we lose hope. Somebody's honesty, we lose honesty, our honesty. The opposite person to whom we are in contact with, we lose their trust. So by lying, by deceiving. This is the first first verbal deeds. And the second is pisuna vacha. Pisuna vacha means slanderous talk. Means we do something, we talk some backbiting on somebody's behind. Yeah, this person is not very good. He or she is this and that. So this pisuna vacha is very subtle. We need to be very careful about pisuna vacha because this creates enmity between two persons, even 2 groups of people. 2 different types of groups, we might get enmity in between them by backbiting, by talking something else, strife among themselves. So this is to be avoided. And the third is parusa vacha. Parusa vacha means harsh words, rude, abusing. When we talk to somebody else, when we talk this abusive kind of talk, we need to avoid. In place of that, we need to talk with metta. So this is the third verbal deeds which we need to avoid. The fourth is sampha phalapa, means gossiping. We tend to gossip about what is not important. Unnecessary things we tend to gossip. So which is not in the line of the Dhamma, which we then gossip about something which is not part of the Dhamma. This is to be avoided. In place of that, we need to discuss about the Dhamma, talk about the Dhamma. In this manner, we can cultivate good qualities within ourselves. Then 3 mental deeds, akusala. 3. First one is the abhijja. Abhijja means covetousness, is jealousy. This covetousness means we should not be having this kind of ill will toward jealousy towards somebody else, which is we want this greed which arises in our mind. This thing, this thought we can avoid. We should try to avoid. And the second mental deeds is vyapada, ill will. The notion of having killing somebody else, harming somebody else. This is to be avoided. And the third is micchaditi. Micchaditi means wrong view. And what is exactly a wrong view? There can be so many definitions. Precisely speaking, micchaditi means in our Dhamma means not accepting kamma. The people who say there is whatever we are doing, the good or bad, there is no results of that. There is no consequence. Whatever we have done, whether it be good or bad, it is finished there and there. No, it is not finished. We will have the consequence, the vipaka. We will face vipaka someday or the other. So this kind of micchaditi views is to be avoided. These are the 10 akusalas which we need to avoid in our life. Then this Deva told to the Buddha, now we have learned the second cause of one's downfall. Now do tell us what is the third cause of one's downfall. And the Buddha says, Niddasili subhasili anuthatta chayo naro alasoko dapatano tang parabhavato mukhang. This is very common in our modern society. This is for the Buddha says we did not be lazy, lethargic, laziness, and people those who are lazy and they hang out with the people who are lazy. Indeed, and not putting effort in its daily duties, in his duties, and these kind of people are mostly, they tend to have more anger and they have less compassion towards others. So the effort is very, very less. No, they put less effort. If we put less effort and tend to be people with the same group of people, same kind of persons, this lazy group of people, and we hang out with those, we live among them. So in this way, this will cause to our own downfall. This is the third cause of one's downfall, the Buddha says. And the Deva says, now knowing the third cause, what is the fourth cause of one's downfall? And the Buddha replied, Yo matarang pitarang wa, jinakang gatayo banang, pahu santo na bharati, tang parabhavato mukhang. So, and now as human beings, we were brought into this world by our parents. Our parents are the most who sacrificed their life, entirely their life for us. From the very young age, they grew us, they fed us, they gave all the necessities in our life, whatever we need, everything was provided. They work day and night. And so we need to, when they grow old, when they grow old and we do not look after them and dump them somewhere else, in the streets maybe. In this modern society, we have heard so many stories maybe. You people also have seen maybe. Many people do. Some of them keep them in the, what you call this, old age homes nowadays. Some of them even have incidents where they throw their parents out in the streets and just go back to living their lives as usual. So we have seen such kind of instances in this modern society. So this kind of activity will lead to our downfall. So we need to look after our parents when they are old, because when they will be old, they will not have the energy to do many things which when they were young. So we will have to look after them when they are old. This is very necessary as human beings. Then the Deva replied, this is the fourth cause of one's downfall. Now tell us the fifth cause of one's downfall. The Buddha replied, Yo brahmanang samanang wa anyang wapi vanipagang musa vadena vancheti tang parabhavato mukhang. This is about lying to here the Buddha explains lying to a monk, a holy man, or any person who is following the brahmacharya, who has no wives and who has sage, rishi, whatever we may call, who are practicing this kind of actions in their life. These rishis may be even monks, ascetics, who live a chaste life without marrying. They live a chaste life from the society. To this kind of person, if we lie, we deceive them in some way or the other, this will be the cause of one's downfall. For example, you have wish to promise to the monks or some other ascetic that I will give so and so kind of dana. I will offer this, but you do not do that you hide from it. So by doing this kind of activity, this will cause to your one's downfall. This is the fifth cause of one's downfall. So that is deity said, what is the sixth cause of one's downfall? The Buddha replied, Bahuta vito puriso sahiranyo sobajano eko bhunjati sadin saduni tang parabhavato mukhang. So suppose a man is very rich, very wealthy, he has a lot of properties, millions, dollars, even billions, we do not, however may be the well. With this well, he wishes to only enjoy only for himself. He does not wish to share to anybody else, not even to his family, not even to his relatives, not even to his friends. He just wants to keep it for himself and spend it, live a luxurious life. So this will be the cause of one's downfall. So this basically means we need to develop a mind with chaga. Chaga means sharing mentality. We need to have this chaga in ourselves, so that whatever we have, we need to share, not just keep to ourselves whatever we earn, because when we die, all this physical material property is of no use when we are dead. So it is good to do dana before death. This is the sixth cause of one's downfall. And what is the seventh cause of the downfall? The Deva asked the Buddha. The Buddha said, Jati hado dhanna dhaddo, gota thaddo chayo naro, sanyating atimanyeti, tang parabhavato mukhang. Here, for instance, here this says, a person who is proud of his caste, of his wealth, of his power, of his stature, of his position, and who despises, who looks down upon his friends, colleagues, subordinates in his society. So this is the reason of one of the downfall. So in today's time, this is very much applicable. Suppose we do own a company, maybe, so you will have certainly so many subordinates working under you. So those are your employee. So you need to have that mutual respect towards your employee, to whom you employ, and instead of looking down upon themselves. Suppose in your office there are persons who do this peon. Suppose a peon is there, a third grade worker is there, the one who cleans the toilet or something. So we need to also even to respect him, not just look down upon him. You are this, you are that, you belong to that caste, you are from that thing, you are very poor. All these things must be avoided. In place of that, have respect towards everybody. This is the 7th cause of the one's downfall. The Deva again said, what is then the 8th cause of one's downfall? The Buddha says, Itti dutto sura dutto, akka dutto chayo naro, laddang vinaseti, tang parabhavato mukhang. So, knowing the 7th cause, what is the 8th cause of one's downfall? So, here the person who likes to gamble, who is a womanizer, who likes this engage in sensual activity, in sexual activity all the time, and he who wastes well everywhere, unnecessarily recklessly spending the wealth. So this is the reason of one of the downfall. So here we need to be very careful. When we have wealth, we need to use it wisely, our money, and you need to be very faithful even to your wife, and not just seek other women, seek other form of pleasures in your life, and alcoholic. This kind of activity one should avoid. Gambling, because gambling, we might have seen, this gambling is a big problem. You might have friends, or you might have seen somebody else, because gambling will deteriorate us, will slowly decline us, because we will not know when our wealth has gone, how much we put somebody, where do we put. In the blink of an eye, a huge amount of your wealth will go away, not knowing anything else. So even during the Buddha's time also, there were many forms of gambling. Even today it is there. Today in modern society, there are more opportunities to gamble than before. So we need to avoid this gambling and other activities, and spending of our wealth recklessly, and use it indeed wisely. So this is the 8th cause of one's downfall, the deity said. And what is the 9th cause of one's downfall? And the Buddha replied, Sehi darehi asantutto, vesi yasu padusati, dussati paradaresu, tang parabhavato mukhang. Here, it is said about a person who is not contented with his wife, who is not satisfied with his wife. He seeks a whorehouse. He goes to a brothel or somewhere else and seeks pleasure there rather than his wife, and misbehaves with his wife, abuses his wife. This is the cause of one's downfall. And this is the 9 cause of one's downfall. So this is very clear to us. So here the Buddha explains to us in the men's perspective view. So similar thing, a woman also need to avoid. She should be very faithful to her husband and not misbehave with his husband, because in this modern society there is opportunity for both the husband and the wife to misconduct, to do sexual misconduct. So this is to be avoided. This is the 9 cause of one's downfall. And the deity asks, says, now knowing the 9 cause, what is the 10 cause of one's downfall? Attitayo banno poso anyeti timbaruthaning tassa isa nasupati tang parabhavato mukhang. Here it is, suppose a person who marries a very beautiful young lady, who is very beautiful, who her beauty is inspired by many other people. Suppose you might have age difference with your wife, huge age gap maybe. Then in that scenario, what happens is you might be the person, the husband will form a insecurity within himself that my wife is very beautiful. What if she falls in love with some other person because she is very beautiful? So this insecurity develops within the man, and jealousy develops within himself. And because of the jealousy, there will be many strife among themselves. There won't be good relations among themselves, and this will create disharmony in the family. So this is the 10 cause of one downfall. Now the deity said, this is knowing the 10 cause of the downfall. What is the 11 cause of one's downfall? Ithing sonding vikaraning urisang wapi indisang isaryasing tapeti tang parabhavato mukhang. So here, suppose you give a high position to a man or a woman, a alcoholic person, or a person who spends lot of money recklessly without proper consultation from anybody else. Such kind of person, you give them some higher authority post. For example, he might be a CEO of a company. He or she might be a CEO of a company, and his character is alcoholic kind of nature, or she might be spending money recklessly, unnecessarily, rather than investing in the right places. So what happens then? Gradually, that owner will do something stupid. Some stupid decisions will be taken because of his alcoholic addiction. He will spend all his money, and he will not pay good time. He will not spend time with this company. Indeed, he will be more busy in consuming alcohol, or else doing some other activity related to this gambling kind of activity, or his might be anything which he will spend in his life, buying unnecessary expensive things. So this is the cause of one's downfall. This is the 11th cause of one's downfall, which we need to avoid. And the Deva said, now knowing the 11th cause of one's downfall, Lord, do tell us what is the 12th cause of one's downfall. Appa bhogo mahatanho khatiye jayate kule sochara chang pathayati tang parabhavato mukham. So here it is about a person who is born in a higher class, in a royal family, but his line of succession to the throne is maybe not directly. He might not be the direct heir to the throne. His lineage is quite long. After 6, 7 to 8 to 10%, before him there are 10 persons who will be the king or queen maybe. But his succession is quite long. So in that kind of scenario, suppose, and he is very ambitious, but he wants to become king. But it is almost next to impossible for him to be the king, because there are a huge line of succession in between him. So longing for this kind of kingship is the cause of one's downfall. This is the 12th cause of one's downfall. So this Dvakatha specifically means what opportunity is given to us that we need to grab, and then rather than what is not very possible, we should not be looking for those authority, for those kingship, or to be in that position, the position which was not meant for us. We should not be looking for those kind of positions. So if the person who do long for such kind of positions, which is not very possible. So this is the 12th cause of one's downfall. So these are the 12 causes of one's downfall. So these 12 causes, if we are like walls, the Mahamangala Sutta teaches about the 38 blessings. 38 blessings. What things should be done so that we will progress spiritually. So here, first, before doing the practicing Mahamangala Sutta, we need to cut off all these misdeeds in our life. After that, we need to slowly, these 38 blessings, we need to progress in our life, doing the 38 blessings in our life, the Mahamangala Sutta which we have. With this, if we follow, cut off these 12 deeds from our life, then we will progress in our life spiritually, mentally, even socially, financially also. The Buddha was very precise in teaching us Dhamma, this 12 causes of downfalls. So with this, I conclude my Dhamma. These 12 causes of the downfall we need to practice in our life daily. We need to remember whenever necessary. And with this, I conclude the Dhamma. Sabbe sadhu sukhi tata sadhu sadhu.
So you have heard. You can read the Parabhava Sutta also in our in the Sutta Sangaha book, or even in the Mahaparitta Pali book also. I think it is there. Bhanteji's Mahaparita Pali or Sutta Sangaho. In many places it is available, Parabhava Sutta. It is good to know what are the causes of downfall. Like, say, Buddha says, if you don't take care of your parents when they're old, if you neglect them, if you throw them out, if you spend your money unwisely, if you're addicted to alcohol or drugs or such things, or if you associate with the wrong people, they will do you are friends with bad people, and when good people give good advice, you run away from them. You deceive good people, or you receive monks and ascetics, or like this. So many things. People don't understand. People take them lightly. People think nothing will happen. But then these are the causes of downfall. These are the causes of, for your life will not progress. Eventually it will have problems, difficulties, sufferings, and not going upward. People, when they become successful, then they have to avoid certain wrong things, and they have to cultivate certain good things. So the good things the Buddha has said in the Mahamangala Sutta. The wrong things that should avoid, the Buddha has said in the Parabhava Sutta. So they should be practiced in conjunction with each other. And it is something very important, all these. Because it was there in those days, it is there now also. People do similar things, whether not following sila, whether associating with wrong people, whether spending money in a wrong way, whether not taking care of the parents, or whether not respecting the good people or virtuous or monks or ascetics, or whether putting a person, unworthy person in a high position, all these. So, like for example, as he was saying, Sakyananda was saying, some CEO of some company, it happens, no? CEOs, there are instances you can go and see. In some CEOs, they took very bad decisions, or they spent money in wrong ways, and then they ruined the company. And then not just ruin the company, ruins the life of so many employees. So like this. So these are the causes of downfall. It is, so you have to avoid them, avoid those causes and conditions. If we wish to be successful, we have to avoid the causes which are responsible for our suffering. You can do good things, but if you don't stop doing bad things, then your good things will never become powerful enough. You must understand. Your good things will only be powerful when you stop doing bad things. It's like you go to the doctor. Doctor says you have diabetes. You take the medicine timely, 1 time, 2 time, whatever. But you don't, doctor also says, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat sweet, but you eat the sweet. Then your diabetes does not go away. So both things should be practiced. To get to be cured of sickness, one needs to take the right medicine and right kind of food or nutriment. If one takes medicine but wrong nutriment, it doesn't work. If one takes the right nutriment but wrong medicine, it does not work. So if one has to manage both the things. So you can all read and you must all practice. Important thing. Because these are, Buddha is saying, direct causes of downfall. If you wish, I should not go towards downfall, I should not go towards suffering, problems, then we all must avoid such things. So we conclude here today morning Dhamma program.